lot of companies spend a lot of budget, on their marketing just to capture the leads, just to, bring new customers to their businesses. And I've seen like 90% of them face challenges in conversions. So human has its own limitations. Human works from 9 to 6, 9 to 5, 10 to 6, whatever their shift time is. But you can deploy AI who can work 24 into 7. AI will come, a lot of jobs will go.
वहाँ पे सारे रिसेप्शनिस्ट के जॉब्स
Especially BPO jobs, admin jobs, like the front level jobs. अगर आपने सब assignments AI से ही करवा ली, at the last, and once you graduate, you come to me for an interview. I'll ask you questions. You won't be able to, ask AI on that part. We started using AI officially from 2021. It's been 4 years. In those 4 years, we are growing and we are actually recruiting more people. I have seen some of the podcasts that are only with AIs. Like there's a host AI, there's a guest AI. Even though in one seminar I've said like, there will be time when people will have billion-dollar companies just by themselves, just with having AI employees.
मतलब AI ऐसा क्या कर सकता है जो इंसान कर ही नहीं सकता?
Fast processing.
What do you think about having a AI therapist rather than a human therapist?
Those books were given to AI, and the AI is now thinking like as a Steve Jobs. So as a person, I can have Steve Jobs as my co-founder or partner.
How would you describe AI in one word?
AI in one word, amazing.
Yeah. Hey everyone, welcome back to Real with Ritesh, but with a little bit of a twist today where I will be your host and Ritesh sir will be our guest. तो आज सर से सच उगलवाते हैं. Let's get the raw and authentic side of him.
Great, Unnati. Thank you for having me as a guest today. Just to tell you about Unnati, she's a passionate AI resource consultant at Watts Group. So I'm looking forward to this conversation.
Thank you so much, sir. It means a lot. And so let's start from where did you started seeing AI as a career option or something that inspires you or you look forward to, or how it transformed everything?
Right. I think AI got its charm somewhere around when it was COVID. उसके बाद से एकदम से boom होने लगा है. I'm not sure if it is like technology has getting its place at the time or what. I remember there was a application which gives you the access to make your own chatbots. तो आप क्या कर सकते थे उस टाइम पे अपने businesses के जो workflows हैं, for example, the biggest challenge with any business is about managing its customers' communication. So, you might be missing some calls, you might be missing some text, or आपकी email inbox तो हमेशा flooded रहता है. So that app was promising that, you can, automate some of the things. For example, an auto reply to email can go back, or otherwise, if you're putting a chatbot on your website, it can tell a bit of answers about your product or service to the consumers who are asking those questions. It was, I think, 2018 when I came across this app. I invested my money in that app as well as an investor, and I was able to use that product and services. From that instance, I think I felt like, what, this has some potential. So the question, what you asked, when did my first instance came in that part? It was that app. It was quite successful as well.
What app?
I think I should not take the name as of now, but it was having a name boat with that. Okay. So these were creating the boats.
Okay. Might inspire someone else too.
Mm-hmm.
So I have heard, like not heard, I have worked with you. So you are transforming businesses as well, like with this AI and the bots you have initiated. So what things you like to say about that?
Okay. What I believe is the AI is about intelligence. We name it as artificial intelligence, right? And when you deploy intelligence to business, it has to, ease the operations. In terms of business consulting, I always say businesses should not have any bottlenecks. So अगर आपके कहीं पे भी किसी भी workflow process पे, if you are facing any bottleneck, maybe it's because of human error or maybe it's because of human efficiency, it is part of the technology that has to resolve it, and AI plays a great role at that. I can give you numerous examples on that, but the biggest challenge for service industry is about taking care of their customer, even pre-sale and post-sale. A lot of companies spend a lot of budget, on their marketing just to capture the leads, just to bring new customers to their businesses. And I've seen like 90% of them face challenges in conversions. Like somehow they are not able to take the track कि किस customer को किस time पे क्या चीज मिलनी चाहिए थी. So human has its own limitations. Like especially like I think we can talk about this in a way like human works from 9 to 6, 9 to 5, 10 to 6, whatever their shift time is, but you can deploy AI who can work 24 into 7. So if I'm as a user, I'm getting free at 11 midnight and I feel like, I want to know about some service. If I try to reach out to some company, they're like, you know what, it's 11, like we are closed. But what if an AI is deployed there just to give the just to give the basic information on that?
Mhm.
I'll be able to talk, I'll be able to chat, I'll be able to conversate and have my questions sorted. So from my perspective, I can say like businesses use AI to expand its efficiency, right? And in that way, they'll be able to nurture more leads, have more business, and thus having more resources to grow.
So like you said कि वो हमको tracks करने में help करते हैं, like अगर हमको कोई मीटिंग असिस्ट करनी है,
Mhm.
we have that assistant AI, हाँ कि वो मीटिंग शेड्यूल कर देगा and everything will look after क्या timings हैं, कौन कौन आ रहा है, what we have to discuss.
Mhm.
But the thing is कि एक administrative assistant की job चली गई.
Mhm.
What thoughts do you have on that?
You're very right on this thought. I mean, this is going all around the world. If
Yeah.
AI will come, a lot of jobs will go, and especially BPO jobs, admin jobs, like the front level jobs have to go. That's what
Hmm.
it's been heard. And I think if you see some of the content online also, I think we have seen a video which says like Japan ke andar ek hotel, they are doing virtual check-ins only. So there's a camera, there's a screen, and there's a AI bot
Mm-hmm.
trained in that way. Like
वहाँ पे सारे receptionist के job चली गई.
exactly, exactly. You're very right on this. But it depends on the business. See, so as a business owner, what I can tell you from my side is if we are able to get somebody free from that job, for example, if I had an admin assistant, right, and मुझे लग रहा है कि अब there's no work for him or her, what I'll do, I'll try to fit that person to some other role, right? As a
Okay.
company, we can ask people to upskill as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like there is a need for example, marketing person. So I can ask him or her, like, what, you should upskill, you should get some courses done and, get into this domain now. So from the context of the people who are actually, seeing AI as a good development, they always say like you can get the human brain free to do more creative things, how to get work done from AI. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not about replacement, it's about how to, get yourself free and do more what matters.
Okay, so what I think is, yeah, we should use AI as much as possible. Obviously, it helps us a lot. कि
Mhm.
हम चैट जीपीटी, like let's take an example, हम उसको बहुत ज़्यादा ट्रेन कर देते हैं, like if I have to do my assignments,
Mhm.
तो हाँ मैंने ट्रेन कर रखा है उसको कि
Mhm.
वो इसी वे में आंसर करेगा related to those topics in this much stanza, this much
Mhm.
points and all, and वो upload भी कर देगा.
Mhm.
But the thing is, at the end, if I will be sitting, if I don't know that, then I have no answers to it. Okay,
Right.
basically, I'm talking about misuse of AI.
Mhm.
That maybe unknowingly people do that. Knowingly, yes. Unknowingly, हो जाता है कभी कभी कि हाँ, I was lazy, not productive enough to do it. AI को बोल दिया.
Mhm.
So, do you think it's good or a bad thing?
So, see, AI is a thing that we have to accept now. Like, this is
Mm-hmm.
not the time to have that conversation. Ki, like, I'm starting from the basic, right? Your question is about
Yeah.
it is legitimate or not to use these things for
Yes.
your assignments or for
Yes.
your work or
Yes.
something. My perspective on that is ki, it is already there. So, right,
Mm-hmm.
as a person, if I'm not using it, actually, I'm, getting back. And there are people who will be ahead of me in terms of career, in terms of efficiency, in terms of what growth they can achieve versus if I'm not using AI, right? So be it from a student perspective, yes, you should definitely use it, but you have to decide your limitations. You have to decide your boundary up until when you will be using it, because at the end, when you are graduating from a course, it is you who's getting a diploma or degree, right? It is your credential. So your mindset should have that sense what you have achieved. अगर आपने सब assignments AI से ही करवा ली,
Mm-hmm.
at the last, and once you graduate, you come to me for an interview, I'll ask you questions, you won't be able to ask AI on that part कि मेरे को बताओ इसका आंसर क्या है. So in
Mm-hmm.
interviews you have to perform and you have to get the job. So my point over here is you definitely should use it, but to a limit, so as you learn from it and then deliver by yourself. And I'm seeing this all around the world. Like even for me, we started using AI, I think officially from 2021. It's been 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
In those 4 years, we are growing and we are actually recruiting more people, right? If I see from last year, I'm recruiting more people now. It's not something that AI आ गया company में और मुझे अब employees की जरूरत नहीं है. ऑफ कोर्स नए डिपार्टमेंट्स बने, नए एस्पेक्ट्स बने, नए वेंचर्स के अंदर हमें ज़रूरत है. So with AI, the demand will be there for the people who are using AI. And in interviews, whenever this final interview comes with me, I always ask question: How do you see AI? How do you use AI? How do you consider using AI in your tasks? What I'm gonna assign you, right? So taking it in a positive way, it is worth at this moment.
So, about employment, how would you feel if this show was being hosted by an AI bot or something like that?
Interesting. I think it would be great, right? It would have been great, but of course जो twist आपने starting में दे दिया, like you being the host, तो AI मुझे लगता है वो मानेगा नहीं जल्दी से.
Yeah, couldn't think of it कि हाँ आज मैं होस्ट कर लेता हूँ
हाँ.
आज सर को गेस्ट
यस,
रखेंगे.
उसको इंस्ट्रक्ट करना पड़ेगा ना कि
हम्म.
आपको होस्ट बनना है कि आपको क्या बनना है.
हम्म.
बट आई थिंक टाइम इज नॉट दैट फार. आई हैव सीन सम ऑफ द पॉडकास्ट जो एआई होस्टेड हैं. I have seen some of the podcasts that are only with AIs. Like there's a host AI, there's a guest AI. And just to share with you, I think last week I was checking a company. They are into this. So they give you the creators. You can, just give your product. For example, if I say, I have technology services business, for example. I want more guests about that. So they will create the personas by themselves. They'll keep speaking on that topic and they'll market the company, but it'll be like a podcast style between the creators of like which are being created by AI. So let's see where future goes.
So there was this movie by Rajnikant years back, Robot,
Mm-hmm.
and the reels and the social media is influencing like uh, 10 years back or 15 years back. I don't know the exact date, but the movie has a lot of say about future. It's saying very much about future. वो बहुत कुछ बता रही है कि हाँ अगर we are initiating AI bots तो आगे चल के क्या हो सकता है. So do you think उस extent पे कुछ हो सकता है? Like all that destruction and things.
I would say possibility is always there, right?
Mm.
How to give you example around that, but I'm seeing like some of the articles where it has been said like there was a person. I've read this story in a blog article, and it sounds to be true because they have done their due diligence on that. It is a story कि जहाँ पे एक person ना AI को train करता है कि okay I have to build a business, so I don't have any co-founder, so I'm making you the co-founder.
Okay.
ओके सो एआई बोर्ड को को-फाउंडर बनाया गया, उसको इतनी ट्रेनिंग दी गई उस एस्पेक्ट पे कि बिजनेस बनाना है, यू हैव टू क्रिएट अ कंपनी, यू हैव टू डू दिस एंड दैट, एंड द बोर्ड वाज ट्रेन्ड वेरी वेल. सो जब उसने पूरा प्रोग्राम उसको बिल्ड कर लिया, उसके बाद उसने बिजनेस पॉइंट ले लिए सारे, then he instructed the AI board, you know what, now I am ready to take it over and I'm going to do the business the same way you have proposed. Now you can close yourself down. So that was the evening, and in morning what he saw, the board has actually not destructed himself. He actually tried to overtake. I'm also the part of company. How could I go out of the company now? So what you are saying, I think it's not the future. It's already here. Maybe it's not coming to the normal human beings. Like we are just seeing the positive side of AI as of now. There could be negative aspects already in the market. Uh, but as humans, we never lose our hold on the things. I think we have seen in history also. There have been fights, there have been all sort of whatever a human can do to keep its hold, they have done it. So अगर कुछ ऐसा लग रहा है, so there are people who are actually trying to overcome that. There'll be policies, there'll be procedures, there'll be protocols how to use it. And if from my perspective, 1 year back you think of AI, आपको इतना एक्सेस मिल रहा था कि आप AI से कुछ भी कर सकते थे. But at this time you also have access to AI, but not at that level. You imagine that deep fake videos आनी शुरू हुई थी. Now, do you see those deep fake videos? No, very less, right? So somehow government or the people at the top have controlled it. So if it is coming down our way, it will definitely be controlled. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, but about the negative aspect, I would like to talk. जो चीज़ें mostly media में नहीं होती है, like they are, only promoting जो अच्छी चीज़ें हैं. But there are still things, like अभी recent trend चला था Gemini trend कि हाँ photos edit होती हैं, photos that are not even there are just to मतलब like है वो वहाँ पे, but वो actually में photos नहीं है. So what's your take on that? कि the thing is people are uploading their pictures and they're training their Gemini टू मोल्ड.
हम्म.
वो एक प्रॉम्प्ट डालते हैं कि हमको ये चाहिए, एंड जेमिनाई गिव्स इट टू देम.
Right.
So I saw a reel. उसमें there was a girl. I don't know she was an influencer or not, but she uploaded her picture. There was no like, I guess she had a mark on her face, but that mark was not visible on that picture.
Mm-hmm.
But when Gemini returned the picture, Gemini showed the mark
Mm-hmm.
कि वो वहाँ पे exist करता है. So her question was, I have never told Gemini that I have that mark. The
Mm-hmm.
picture wasn't showing the mark.
Mm-hmm.
How did Gemini know that I had the mark?
Right.
So that's concerning.
Of course, it's concerning. So I think from our real life also, if you imagine like you're sitting with your parents or you're sitting with your friends and you're speaking about something, you know what, let's go to Goa or let's go to, Maldives, and
Yeah.
this is a good thing. We should go there. Like you just start planning about it,
Hmm.
and in the evening you'll feel like, आपके Instagram में वो सुन लिया हुआ है.
Yes.
You'll see those ads. Like
Yes.
what is it? You
Hmm.
never asked AI to, give you recommendations
Yes.
about the travel
True.
consultants. It is just showing you that. Or otherwise, on the other way.
It's like कि we say यार भूख लगी है. Like us four
Yes.
friends are talking यार भूख लगी है, and somehow the Zomato ads are there. Like ये
Mm-hmm.
order कर लो वो order कर लो. भूख नहीं भी लगी होती और ज़्यादा लग जाती है.
Yes. So that is the thing. It is in a way, I mean, now at this point, it will not be in a way कि आप बताना चाह रहे हो या कि नहीं बताना चाह
Hmm.
रहे. AI हमारी life में through the phone. There's a conspiracy theory, I think, behind this. The phones we use, like the
Mm-hmm.
recent phones. You remember in probably our childhood, the phones were with a battery which can be
Yeah,
taken out.
removed. Yes.
Why these phones are not having those batteries? Because they want to keep the phone's background always on.
Okay.
Even if our phones are off,
Mm-hmm.
it is still listening. That's why we are able to track my device, right? If I'm able to
Yeah.
lose my, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
AirPods, I can just, go find
Track
my
the
device
location.
and I'll be able to, track that part. There's AirTag and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So the technology has advanced to that level. Now it will not be the choice in hands of the user. We just have to understand how to live with this. um, with the evolution of human being, I think whenever a new technology comes in, there's always pros and cons. हम हर चीज का
Mm-hmm.
नुकसान भी होता है. तो यहाँ पे भी there are dark sides to AI. That's for sure. I'm not neglecting it. I'm not denying it.
Hmm.
But we have to understand ki how to participate in this change, so as we are safe from our side. So you
Mm-hmm.
said it one thing, like you're uploading your photos and then you're asking them to modify, and at a stage it is not even asking you to modify, and it's
वो
it's just
अपने आप
doing
ही
by
it's
itself,
editing.
right? So it's our part, like if we really want to give our photos just to
Mm-hmm.
try it out, और क्योंकि नए ट्रेंड्स आते हैं तो लोग, आई थिंक देयर वाज अ ट्रेंड जहाँ पे फोटोज को आप अपने एथनिक अटायर में कन्वर्ट कर
Yeah,
सकते हो.
that
तो
only.
ऐसे बहुत सारे ट्रेंड्स आते हैं. आई थिंक दिस इज फॉर द सेम रीजन, दे वांट मोर ऑफ योर यूजर्स डाटा.
Mm-hmm.
तो हमें उन चीज़ों से थोड़ा सा अवॉइड कर सकते हैं.
Yes.
But coming to the positive side, I think uh, I would say more than the, what I would say in this sense is you can use AI for the growth, right? um, if you will get into this debate, like if it is good or bad, you'll be making a decision just on the emotional aspect ki life mein kya
Mm-hmm.
hone wala hai. But you have to be practical on one part, that it's a new technology, you have to use it. I remember when phone came in, I have been through my childhood थोड़ा सा part जिसमें phones
Mm-hmm.
exist नहीं करते थे. तो फिर childhood ऐसा आया जिसमें phones exist कर रहे थे, और phones की भी evolution अगर आप देखो, वो नोकिया का छोटा सा phone से लेके now we have everything on our hands in that way. तो आई केम फ्रॉम अ स्मॉल टाउन, तो वहाँ पे बहुत सारे लोग थे. लाइक माई फादर हैड अ फोन, बट देयर वर सम पीपल जिनके पास फोन्स नहीं थे. दे वर ऑलवेज लाइक, यार फोन क्या है, सारा दिन तो टेंशन रहती है जेब में कि पता ही नहीं किसका फोन आ जाए, आप फ्री से घूमने भी नहीं जा सकते. नाउ दोस
Mm-hmm.
पीपल विल बी लाइक, आई नीड रियली अ गुड फोन. हर बंदा अच्छे फोन के पीछे भाग रहा है. सो
Mm-hmm.
इट्स अबाउट अर्ली अडॉप्टर्स, इट्स अबाउट अडॉप्टर्स, इट्स अबाउट समबडी हु इज जस्ट अ फॉलोअर, कि वो पहले दुनिया को देखेगा.
Mm-hmm.
अब लोग चल रहे हैं इस तरफ तो मैं भी चल दूं, बट देयर विल बी पीपल हु विल बी अर्ली अडॉप्टर्स.
Yeah.
So for those early adopters, they have to take practical advantage out of this rather than getting into this debate.
Yeah, about the practical advantage, what I think is, yes, AI should be used, but
Mm-hmm.
हमको अपनी लिमिट पता होनी चाहिए कि
Mm-hmm.
हाँ हमको इतना ही यूज करना है. Like
Mm-hmm.
for education purpose, yes, there is a need, because अगर AI, if you can't use AI right now, ठीक है, libraries का trend almost जा चुका है. it's just what I think is libraries are just for fancy things now.
Mhm.
वहाँ पे you get very less people or students जो पढ़ने जाते हैं,
Mhm.
like really पढ़ने जाते हैं. Otherwise everybody is on their laptops or phone. अगर they are getting something on their hand, बेड पे बैठे बैठे they can read, पढ़ सकते हैं, they can score good. तो वो why they will travel to a library?
Yeah.
So that's what I think कि अगर लाइब्रेरी जाना सही है तो AI यूज करना it's good for
Yeah.
your education purpose. And well, from a company point of view, AI is helping a lot, like it has helped you. So what's your visions with AI and your company?
Okay. In our company, what we are trying to do is we are of course using AI, right? I can give you numerous examples around that. जो हम तो use कर ही रहे हैं, but
Mm-hmm.
AI की implementation is on a different level nowadays. Like with some innovation companies, they are doing in a way वो हम शायद सोच भी नहीं सकते. Right? I'll give you some examples on that. Imagine, you are inquiring for a immigration, service. So I have an immigration company too, right? So imagine you're inquiring for an immigration service. You have to find the best program for you. In terms of Canada, there are more than 80 programs in which you can get a permanent residence of Canada. So as a consultant, if I am, trying to find your equivalency, your eligibility, your, possibilities, it will take probably half an hour for me, even though I have, studied that course and everything. I know in and out of the Canadian immigration, but I'll still take 30 minutes to find which is the best program because there are 80 programs.
Mm-hmm.
But if I have a board which I created for my company where we, put all the immigration, aspects, what parameters we have to identify to find the eligibility for a candidate, we just give your details to the profile, and that gives me three best programs for you within, I mean, fraction of seconds, right? So within 5 seconds, I have the data with me. Then further, I consult people on that. So it's not I'm giving AI to you, like, you know what, आप
Mm-hmm.
इनसे पूछ लो. No. So as a consultant, I take the guidance from that, board and then deliver to you. So it gives me the efficiency in that part. What next we are doing is uh, we are trying to have the visa applications being filled by the bot now.
Okay.
So that is the aspect where you as a user, if you're coming to our company, we can give you the both options. You want us to fill the form or you want AI to fill the forms. And I've seen, like, we just were having a demonstration yesterday about this, technology. So the file which a person who's pro at, like who has done thousands of those same files, जिसको in and out पता है, अगर वो भी वो file करेगा, it will take 2 hours for him in one go, and that AI was able to do in 10 seconds. So imagine that scope and business, what it is bringing for. So my vision from AI is actually to, empower our internal operations in a way. So as we have more freedom for our employees, thus creatively they can, talk to more people in real time. So my understanding about AI is it has to be operationally efficient rather than in a way like it is replacing everybody and now you'll be talking to just AI also. Even though in one seminar I've said, like, there will be time when people will have billion-dollar companies just by
Mm-hmm.
themselves, just with having AI employees. But for me, it's about, you should have more people come on ride on this wave and then, get empowered and do their businesses.
Yeah, right. AI is empowering and well, time saving. Let's
Yeah.
be very honest here. So AI is a lot of things, and I would like to, do a segment with you where I will be asking something and you have to answer in one word,
Hmm.
like a rapid fire thing. Okay.
Okay.
So let's go with what's one AI skill that can't be replaced? मतलब AI ऐसा क्या कर सकता है जो इंसान कर ही नहीं सकते?
Fast processing.
Okay. And ऐसी क्या चीज़ जो इंसान कर सकता है और AI कभी नहीं कर सकता?
Um, Deep thinking.
Okay. Actually, I asked this question to somebody else as well, and well, deep thinking is a good thing, but I guess empathy
Hmm.
and sympathy, some
Hmm.
things like that, that requires a little bit of feelings, human touch.
And that's true, but there are some sort of apps nowadays who are being built on this topic itself. Like if you
Yeah.
need a companion, right,
Mm,
rather than going and just find out through dating and everything, you just have that app, you
mm.
just start talking to them, and they'll be more sympathetic, empathetic, whatever you want, right?
Yeah,
So
actually, I have came across this trend where even Snapchat is doing this. Uh, every other chatbot basically, that you just go and tell them your problem कि हाँ आज ऐसा ऐसा हुआ, my day was this much of a bad, and they literally console you that oh it's fine, it's nothing to worry about, and this and that. They will be motivating you कि ऐसे करना and it will be good.
Yeah.
It is kind of being replaced as well.
In our company as well, if you see, like we have deployed AI at the front face as well. Like there's a number where you call, like the AI chatbot will answer the
Yeah,
call,
I know
and
that.
the same way on the WhatsApp answers that, same AI is answering that. And then we have a chatbot deployed on our website. So I'll tell you, when we train our AIs, we have the opportunity to train his or her personality, whatever we want to say to AI, right? So if I give the bot a personality, like you have to be empathetic, you have to hear, and you have to answer without promoting our products, you'll find like no human, like human has a, I would say, limit. Like if you are, let's say, a salesperson, or if you are, let's say, an operations person who has to answer some of the questions by your, teammates. If they ask you same question one time, two time, three time, four time, fifth time, you'll be like, why you're not getting it? Like what I'm telling you, right? But AI bot will never say that, right? So they will be more patient, I would say, like to hear you, to give you the ear, so as you can speak whatever you want to speak. And if trained well, they'll be the best person to answer in your comfort zone, like without having ego within, or without having, I would say, something in return, right? So usually human nature is like, if I've given her my half an hour, next time, it'll be like कि क्या scene है, क्या फंडा है. Every time you're coming with negative thoughts. So at one point human will be done with it, like इतनी negativity मुझे नहीं चाहिए.
So twisting this a little bit. Okay, so what do you think about having a AI therapist rather than a human therapist? Because AI is well empathetic, sympathetic, and everything. He will understand your feelings and give positive aspects to it. Try to resolve your. It will resolve your problem. कि तुम ऐसे करो तो वो ठीक हो जाएगा. But is it fine having a AI therapist rather than a human therapist? What will you prefer?
I think both have their pros. I would say I'll try to keep a balance. So AI therapist will be like more accurate, more to the point, right at the spot. But as a human, I might have a tendency like, you know what, फिर क्या हो गया बोल रहा है तो मैं नहीं कर रहा तो क्या हो गया, right? But if I'm sitting in front of a human like who's specialist in that, if he or she is saying something to me, I have to adhere to, because in next meeting I'll be accountable to that person, right? Whatever suggestions they have given me last time, have I done that or not? They'll be asking. So if I have not done that, therapy or whatever, the procedure they want me to do, so they might stop. Like I'm not going to give you the next therapy just because you haven't done the last time. So there's more accountability towards a human, whereas there's less accountability towards a AI. And the relevance of this would be, we have fitness trackers in our Apple Watches.
Yeah.
But are we bothered about that? Until unless we do it from our mind. If we have a personal trainer on the other side, I think we'll be more inclined, like यार उसने आना है, like he or she has to ask me क्या करा exercise में, क्या weight है आपका, क्या चीजें हैं. So human will still have that, sort of hold on you or impact on you, right?
So, how would you describe AI in one word?
AI in one word, amazing.
Yeah, reliable. And what's your favorite platform for using AI?
I think every platform is doing great these days. There are a lot of options now. Like again, I have probably three in my phone. So Perplexity is one, ChatGPT is one, Voila is one. I have some specialized bots also. Like there's one bot I have trained and prepared in a way who just takes care of my emails. Then I have a bot which only takes care of my memory. For example, if I have to save one number, let's say, I usually nowadays don't save in my phone contacts. I just, mark ye number, ye name, ye purpose hai. So next time I'm like, I need, let's say for example, giving you example in a way कि plumber चाहिए मुझे, तो मैं chatbot के अंदर जाऊंगा, I need a plumber. तो जितने numbers मैंने उसको बताए थे कि ये plumber है, तो वो मुझे एक मिनट में बता देगा ये plumber मोहाली में है, ये कनाडा में है, ये वहाँ पे है. So that way I'm like keeping a memory of mine rather than using different apps.
So about this competition, the trend we previously talked about, कि Gemini में we were
Hmm.
uploading pictures and
Hmm.
it was being edited into traditional pictures. So there was this meme going around where ChatGPT is saying, ChatGPT is mostly used for educational purpose
Hmm.
and professional things mostly. So ChatGPT was saying कि जाओ ना आप अपने Gemini के पास, तुमने मुझे भी replace कर दिया.
Hmm.
That kind of things were going on.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's replaceable as well.
Right.
आज हाँ Gemini है, Perplexity है,
Hmm.
ChatGPT. Sometime else there will
There'll be
be.
new one for
So
sure. But I think there's always a first mover advantage.
hmm,
So even if you speak to, public and you ask about AI, वो chat GPT का नाम ही लेंगे,
yeah,
right? So for them, AI is about chat GPT.
yeah, exactly. If you even ask students or anyone like a layman,
Hmm.
basically, what's AI? ChatGPT is AI.
Yes. Yes.
Even Snapchat has its own, my AI,
Hmm.
and I had friends. I still have those friends जो उसी से बात करते हैं.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like they have saved their number. The AI, I guess it's by default my AI, and they have changed the name my
Hmm. Hmm.
AI with somebody else's name, like whom they want to talk or
Hmm.
whom
Hmm.
they look forward to talk or something like that. And then वो उससे बात करते हैं, imagining that person is talking to them.
Right.
So yeah, these kinds of things are there as well.
Yeah. I think from a layman perspective, जब हम कहते हैं let's have some cold drink, we never say cold drink, let's have Coke,
Yeah,
right? So there's always a
randomly.
name, right? There's always a name.
Yeah.
Once I was, at a reception area of an hospital, and I was waiting for, Chan. So there were people वो पूछ रहे थे कि यार चैट जीपीटी से पूछो.
Yeah.
उन्होंने ये नहीं बोला कि आप एआई से पूछो.
Hmm.
So it's about that
That's what they
perception.
want.
It's about that कि आपके माइंड में क्या नेम बैठ गया होगा.
Yeah, like same thing goes for कि हम mostly ये नहीं कहते कि I need a toothpaste, I need a Colgate,
Yeah,
just like that.
makes sense.
Last question about being professional. How would you like to, train or inspire business owners to use this AI positively in their business to, promote it more?
Okay. I think this is the right opportunity after that dot-com thing. Once the dot-com thing came
Hmm.
in around 1996, 1997, it's almost 30 years back, right? So there are many business owners who feel like कि यार अगर उस time पे हमने अपना online business कर लिया होता, so we would have been in a better position, right? And now that's the time for AI. So there are businesses who are using AI. I can give you an example. I was just reading yesterday, and I posted on my LinkedIn also about this thing. So Walmart has now, partnered up with OpenAI. So now the thing is like you can talk to OpenAI.
Mhm.
Just in talk, you say like, what I need a, let's say, TV. So what AI will do, what ChatGPT will do, that bot will find the TVs available on Walmart, and then it'll show you the options. And then you in chat itself, you'll be able to check out. Like you don't need to go to the Walmart's website. And
Okay.
I think the story was what I was reading yesterday. It was about Walmart versus Amazon. Like why Amazon is not still using the AI to that level. Walmart is taking advantage of that.
Mhm.
So for small businesses, for business owners who are just in one city or let's say in one province, like if they won't use it now, they definitely have to use it later. But at that time, they will not be in that position to sustain because dot-com thing was just one phase to your business. Like your business is offline, you're putting it online. That was the only transition you had
Mhm.
to make. But now in this era with AI, it's about the transition of the execution. You are running your business versus AI running your business. So if you're running your business with AI, that is the best combination. Otherwise, at one point you won't be in business itself. So that's the impact coming down the line. And in our company, we are also bringing those resources for the business owners who are small and medium business size. How they can use that. So for example, there's a restaurant who is actually focused more on takeouts, so they can automate their order taking to order preparation and everything, and then everything is being tracked. And I've seen this a lot in Canada. Like there are a lot of restaurants who always rely on walk-ins. Like as a restaurant owner, I'm always waiting in the door, like कौन customer आ रहा है आज, और अगर वो customer दोबारा आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है, I'm not sure
Mhm.
about. So they don't have CRMs because CRMs are mostly for service style businesses. So AI powered CRM style thing they should use.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing. And for every industry, I think transition is happening. I've seen, people who are into real estate, who are into mortgage, who are into, insurance services in Western world like Canada. They always face a challenge like they are not able to answer phone calls because they get a lot of phone calls every day.
Mm-hmm.
So they can deploy their sort of AI to take calls, to filter out things so as they don't lose the business, that sort of thing. And I think one interesting thing about AI these days, you're able to create your own clone in that sense,
Yeah.
right? I've seen a lot of videos where same, same style of speaking, same physique and everything, content is being made on automation.
Mm.
So businesses have to, jump in and take advantage of it.
So, as a business owner, you prefer AI employees or human employees? And for the like AI employees are something आप अपने आप train कर सकते हो कि
Mm-hmm.
हाँ मुझे ये काम चाहिए इस चीज से and this clone should do this. But while looking into human resources, what do you look forward in an employee? Not the skills or the like if you are hiring someone for the tech part, you will all obviously looking कि हाँ उसको technical background होना चाहिए on
Mm-hmm.
particular, and if it's something from the creative background, so yeah वो चीज होनी चाहिए. But as a human, what are the qualities that you look?
I think the loyalty will be respected most nowadays, like with this trend. So if you can, go 10 years back, there was a saying that if you have to grow in your career, you have to jump your job every year. Like
Yeah.
you start your job,
Hmm.
next year, go to another company. So
Hmm.
as you get 10%, 15% hike, whatever it is,
Hmm.
right? But nowadays, the trend is not like that. Even we are recruiting this time also, so we see like people are sitting idle for last 4 or 5 months. They're not able to get jobs because even employers are not looking forward for those people who are jumping every year. So I think if I am looking at, humans to hire them, I'm looking for loyalty, I'm looking for trust, so as I can put my trust, because every task can be done these days by AI,
Yes.
right? So we are not saying, like the way you said about skills are definitely replaceable with AI, but
Hmm.
more than that, um, conversation about, my business plans. If I have to
Yeah.
talk to my manager who I've hired to,
Hmm.
plan on my projects, I can do that conversation with AI trained on my mindset. And there's a very interesting example which I saw on a blog post. So a person trained the chatbot to think like Steve Jobs,
Hmm.
right? The personality of the Steve Jobs through the books he has written or through the books of his biography. Those books were given to AI, and the AI is now thinking like that as a
Hmm.
Steve Jobs.
Hmm.
So as a person, I can have Steve Jobs as my co-founder or partner. Like
Hmm.
why I would be trusting in human for those ideas and everything.
Hmm.
But the only thing I like is to have a loyalty. So as if I'm giving you the instructions, you should get that executed in a very, very well way. That is expected. And that's all around the world now.
So, I guess it was so much today, and it's enough to digest this for a while. And I look forward to having more of these sessions with you, and I hope you're interested as well because I will be your host. So, yeah,
Definitely. Thank you for such a great, conversation. You brought it very well. I think AI is a topic which is very vast and it is still growing every second. So supposingly what we have discussed now, there will be a lot right away being developed or deployed already. So next time, let's say, let's talk more about this for sure.